Hi guys, it's Mrs. Meek. We are starting a new unit, my actual favorite unit. It is fourth grade measurement. And I know a lot of parents have emailed me or we've had conferences and they say, you know, what are you saying? What words are you saying? So that way I can use them at home as well. And that way my child is hearing them with you and with me. So I am going to show you how I teach measurement. The reason why I like this unit is because it's, how do I want to say this? It's pretty much the same steps over and over and over again, just using different numbers. So what I'm showing you right now is, I call it the STAR chart. It's the reference material that they'll be receiving on the day of STAR, and they can use this to any way they want. So on one side, it has, a whole bunch of measurements on it that we will get to in a moment. It has a ruler on it, and then I have it taped down for today. On the back, it has area and perimeter, and then an inches ruler. And they really will use this a lot. And what's neat about it, as I take it back up, is they don't have to have these numbers memorized. They just need to know how to use them. So because they get to use this on the test, I reference it a lot because I want them to know how to use this, because I think it's a really cool tool that they get to use. And they think it's really neat that they get to have like a real cheat sheet that their teacher is not gonna be mad about and they can't get in trouble for using. So whenever you look at the STAR chart, on the measurement side, you're gonna see that the left side has all the customary measurements on it, okay? Excluding time. Time is everywhere. And then on the right side is metric. We start with customary, mainly because it's harder and we take more time to do it because they are such different numbers. So then when we get to metric and it's tens and hundreds, and they're multiplying and dividing by tens and hundreds, they're gonna find how easy it is. Even though it's the exact same steps that we're doing, we're multiplying and dividing by different numbers, or excuse me, pretty much similar numbers. And they start to question why the US is even using customary, which is, pretty funny to me. I always encourage them to, write to their local representative if they're that passionate about it. So I'm gonna teach you customary because that's where we are right now, but just know what I teach you, the same steps and the same verbiage, is exactly what I'm gonna use as we go. So far we've done length, and today we started volume and capacity, so that's all I'm going to teach. But again, the things I say can be used everywhere else whenever we do get to it. So my first example I'm going to show you is, we're gonna go from miles to feet. So I apologize if I'm not on center. It's kind of hard to write and record at the same time. So I'm gonna go from miles to feet. So I have the problem of 6 miles equals feet. Let me back up a little bit. And I have to figure out how to convert, that is a word that I use with them, how to change my miles into feet, okay? So I kind of made the reference with them as money. It's almost like I'm going from dollars to dimes. I'm going from a larger unit of measurement to a smaller unit of measurement. And one thing that's really cool with the STAR chart is that for each unit that we do, it automatically does it from the largest to the smallest. So they're not sure which one is larger, especially when you get to like all these weird words and stuff like that, and unfamiliar words. It's already in order from them. If they just read it like a book, it goes from the largest to the smallest in order. So as long as we understand that, we're good, we're golden. And it's the same no matter where you go. Gallons all the way to fluid ounces, tons to ounces. It's even true for the time one down here if they want to use it for that. Kilometers to millimeters. Everywhere you go, it's going to be like that. So I have to ask myself, am I going from small to large or large to small? I notice that I'm going from miles to feet. So I'm going from large to small. Now the tricky part is, do I multiply or am I dividing? So I have taught them a little saying that if you've heard them say it, you're probably wondering, what is Miss Meek teaching them? But I promise it does have a purpose. My saying is horse to fly, multiply, divide, fly to horse, divide, of course. And what that means is a horse is big and a fly is small. So if I'm going from a horse to a fly, I need to multiply. If I'm going from a fly to a horse, I need to divide, of course. And so they think that it's really funny, and I've been hearing them all week come up with funny, other rhymes to go with it. So the other thing I tell them is we cannot just go straight from miles to feet, because there is no equation on here that tells me that however many miles I have equals this many feet. They're not next to each other, so I cannot jump straight from miles to feet like this. I cannot make this hop is the word I use a lot. There's a stop that I have to make in between. I've told them that it's like we're in a car and we cannot just go straight from our house to school. We have to stop at the gas station first. So where are we gonna stop first? If I'm going from miles to feet, I notice that in between is yards. So I like to do this little visual with them because it kind of sets them up. It's kind of like a little plan that they're making. And I have to make a hop from each one. And I do know that mathematically there is a way to go from miles to feet, and you can teach that to your child. You are welcome to, and if your child understands that, that's great. But the reason why I don't is because it's not on here. And on the day of STAR, even though I know it's not an important test, I still, I don't want them to draw blank on the day of STAR because it's not on here. I don't want them to freak out and forget everything. So I like to just keep with this.